Peace. This is Master Browse. Built in the mind. Living the best. Speaking the real. Let's build the
Peace to all human families of the planet Earth. Peace to the 5% Nation. This is your host, Master Browsey, and you have now entered Build the Cipher. I haven't done a Build the Cipher episode in a couple of weeks, so I've been going through things, trying to get myself back in alignment with myself, the universe, and everything else that's going on in the world, Trying to keep myself balanced with life. And today, that's what our episode is about. Episode 46, right? The divine alignment. Moving in tune with the order of the universe, right? This episode explains or explores alignment, right? How your thoughts, your words, your actions must agree with the natural order of the universe. If you expect a righteous result, right? You must agree with the natural order of the universe if you expect a righteous result, right? Stay on a positive mindset, right? The message that we try to give is the universe responds to alignment, not excuses, fear, or laziness. You build equality by aligning your inner world with your outer actions, right? Let's continue on, right? Segment 1, the science of alignment, right? There is a universal order, a structure, a rhythm, a pattern, right? If you move against it, life breaks down. If you move with it, things flow effortlessly, right? Equality is your eternal reality, which matches your external reality, That's the knowledge and the wisdom, the black and the brown, the sun and the moon, internal, external. You see that? Two. Everything always coming two, right? You know what I'm saying? Your inner and your outer, right? Alignment is when your mind, heart, and actions are the same frequency, you know what I mean? Here's a line for y'all, right? Peace is not something you chase. Peace is something you align with. Get that? Peace is not something that you chase. Peace is something that you align with, right? Segment 2, the temple within. Mental alignment, right? You are the temple, your mind is the throne. Whatever sits on that throne rules your world. Worry, fear, ego, truth, or God, right? These are the things which sits on your throne, which is your mind, that can control you to go in different ways, right? Fear, ego, worry, trust, and God, right? These are a couple of things, right? When your throne is occupied by truth, your whole life moves in order, right? But when your throne is occupied by confusion, life moves in chaos, right? Understanding that you are responsible for your alignment is equality in motion, brother. Equality moves, brother. You got to stay in motion. Equality moves through your wisdom, your manifesting of things. You thinking things into life and into balance. Because even though things are born alive, everything has to be born and balanced, right? So think about that, right? If I give y'all this real talk story, right? I'm gonna tell you about a time when I was mentally scattered, right? Going through things, trying to get my life in order. You know, I was just coming home from jail. My mom was everywhere. Had my parole officer on my back telling me to find a job, or she's gonna lock me back up. And I was just an angry young brother out there in the world. No family really on my side, trying to find ways to coincide back into the world that I came back into the free world I was living in. And sometimes you got to align yourself with the right people, align yourself with the right mentality, align yourself with things that are going good around you. You know, I had to tell myself, yo, slow down. You try to do everything at once. You can't do everything at once. I had to slow down and find an alignment, patting myself. Take a deep breath within myself and find the truth of what I was going to do with myself. And once I started becoming balanced in life, start seeing things for what they are, not what they appear to be, I started moving accordingly. You know what I mean? That's through my wisdom. I started moving accordingly. You know, think about that story, man. What did you do in your life? You know what I'm saying? When you was mentally scattered, you had to get yourself back on track. You know what I mean? Let's move on to the external mirror, the physical alignment, right? Sometimes your outer world reflects the conditions of your inner world, right? If your room, finances, relationships, or health are chaotic, that is a mirror of your inner disorder. Everything starts within yourself. You have to just start aligning yourself in the right mind and right choices that you try to live out. You know what I mean? Alignment is a practice. It's daily check-ins, self-reflections, intentional actions. You know what I mean? Your world is not falling apart. Your alignment is. But that's a build line for y'all. Your world is not falling apart. Your alignment is. You have to get yourself back in line and in tune with your universe. That's why it says God of the universe. Right? Universal law and supreme mathematics, right? Nothing in the universe is random, right? Not your experiences and not your lessons, right? Nothing is random, right? Supreme mathematics teaches you that equality is balance, right? Fairness and order. That's what equality is. The universe will always return what you are and not what you pretend to be. Because a lot of us pretend to be something that we are not. But in the universe, and the intent of how you live is always going to be shown who you are. That's why Maya Angelou said, when a person shows you who they are, believe that. That's who they are. The universe shows who you are. You can pretend to be what you want to be, but it's always going to be shown who you are in real life. You know what I mean? As we move on, you know, I'm going to give you about today's affirmations. I want you to take these affirmations, use them wisely in your life today. You know, affirmations are good, right? So the first affirmation I want to tell y'all is, I move in harmony with the order of the universe. Number one, I move in harmony with the order of the universe. That's the first affirmation. Second affirmation, my thoughts, words, and actions are aligned with truth. That's number two. My thoughts, words, and actions are aligned with the truth. That's the second affirmation. Third affirmation, I build balance in my life and destroy anything that disrupts it. That's the third affirmation. I build balance in my life and destroy anything that disrupts it. Those are today's affirmations. I want you to take those, use them in your daily life. Manifest them, say them to yourself. Affirmations are something that your word becomes life to the universe. We say affirmations. You always got to be grateful in life, brother. That's the key, being grateful of the things that goes on in your life. Like I said, nothing is random, brother. Everything goes through life. Everything must go through life. You know what I mean? And as we come down to the closing of the bill, I just want to say this. When you align your mind with the truth, your life begins to answer you back with clarity, right? Equality is balance. Not balance for the world, not balance for your family, but balance within you. That's where everything starts with, within yourself, right? That's today. Freedom, equality is only sure proving that the knowledge got to add to the cipher, right? When you're free within your equality, you don't sit and wait for a mystery God anymore. You agree that the only God is the Son of Man, and you stop searching for that which does not exist. Because now you're free within your own equality. You're balanced. Nothing can take you off your balance and make you sway to other things. Because you stay grounded in yourself, you're aligned with the truth. Right? That's what today is talking about. That's what today's Build the Cipher is about. Right? So with that being said, before I close the bill, I would like y'all to hit that like button, subscribe, share, and always remember to build the cipher. Peace.